Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Moonriver. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one. It's going to be linked in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Now, let's jump straight into the TA. Taking a look at the daily chart, as you can see, we are creating a bullish cross on Moonriver's chart. So the 20 EMA is starting to cross above the 55 EMA, and this is usually a bullish indicator. This typically tells you that we are going to be seeing a continuation of this uptrend that we find ourselves in. The same thing happened back here in January, where you had this bullish cross and you continued retracing to the upside after that bullish cross. So this could be only the beginning of this potential uptrend that we could be looking at in the next few months, especially with the probability of an alt season arriving very, very soon. And if we take a Fibonacci retracement and we place it from this local low that we printed in March to the local high that we printed in February of 2023, we are going to be getting the 1.618 target at $15.40. So that is something that we can be targeting in the next few months if you're looking for a nice exit. So personally, I did enter Moonriver here at $8.58. We did mention this on Patreon, and we already could have had this nice trade on KuCoin. On Binance, we didn't have this wick, but still we did see quite an appreciation here going all the way up to $9.58. So already that was an appreciation of around about 12%, which was okay. This is an okay trade, but for those of you who watched my previous update, you know that I'm targeting this level over here, which is the 0.382 at $17.29.5. So that is going to be where I will be taking profits for this swing trade. Now, keep in mind, this is not the Moonriver that I'm holding long term. This is my swing trading Moonriver that I just put some money in, and I'm going to be exiting once we get to that resistance level. Now, taking a look at the daily chart here, as you can see, the red support trend line is something that we have to be adhering, or have to be taking a look at least, and expecting a bounce from that area if we see a pullback, because every single time we came back down to that area, we saw a move to the upside. And that is going to be a major support trend line for us moving forward. So any moves to the downside, you could be buying off of that red trend line, because you never know when we're going to get a pullback. So you need to have this drawn out in advance just so you know where to look for support. Now, let me just remove these trend lines here on the side, because we're not really going to be using those. We don't really need those. The white trend line here could also be a nice support level. As you can see, we had multiple touches of this trend line as resistance. Then we broke above. Another back test of resistance. We broke above once again, and now we could come back down to back test this as support. If you haven't entered Moonriver yet, I would just ignore all of this, and I would probably just start dollar cost averaging right now, because anything below $10 is very cheap in my opinion. And to be quite frank, anything below the 0.236 is very cheap and is a good buying opportunity for anyone. Now, you can see that we have a large Fibonacci retracement set up as well from this swing low printed in January all the way up to this swing high printed in April of 2022. And we have our 1.618 target sitting at $535. Hopefully we can retrace to that target in the next bull market, but just to be conservative, we can be targeting the 1.272 and the 1.414. Obviously, sometimes projects retrace to their 1.618 targets early on in the bull market, then they have a little pullback and they continue further on. We're not going to be moon boys as of right now, because we don't know how things are going to play out. For now, our targets are the 1.414 and the 1.272. Those are the two major targets in the next bull market. If we break above those, great, but even taking profits at those prices over there, you can see how how much profit you're going to make here. So 2,500% would be the 1.272, and the 1.414 would be 300. Sorry, that would be 3,000. Yeah, That would be 3,400 actually percent to the upside, sitting at $303.84. And overall, as you can see, you're very, very low on this price action chart. And if you're still contemplating whether you want to be entering or not, if you have done your due diligence, you've done your research, and you know this is a powerful project, then I don't see any point in waiting for the price to go lower. If you buy now and it goes lower, that's awesome. Buy more. You know, you're getting a discount. But expecting it to go lower and not buying in right now would be a foolish thing, in my opinion. That's what a newbie would do in the markets. Because if I see a good project right now and I want to enter and I see that the price is slightly higher than the local low that we had, or the bear market low here, I would just be buying at these prices here because I don't want to take the risk. I don't want to risk it. I don't want to wait for the price to retrace down all the way back down to this low, while the price is just going to start pumping, and I'm just going to be sitting down here with my stinky fiat doing absolutely nothing. So that's not a risk that I'm willing to take. So if I buy some here and the project has a little retracement, I'm going to buy more at this price as well. That's as simple as it gets. And you're getting your bullish cross, you're getting your little nice rounded bottom here. So this looks like a nice pattern and a nice level for us, or a nice setup for us to continue further up, a nice uptrend that we have going on as of right now. So hopefully we are going to get to $16.99, which is what I'm targeting for this swing trade. And I do want to switch over to the weekly chart real quick. And before we get into the video, I quickly want to mention Apex One AI. So this is a very interesting project that is based on AI technology and allows you to farm using crypto pairs. So they already have a platform out. They have their website, which we're on right now. The team is fully transparent, and some of the features are farming using artificial intelligence, using cryptocurrency pairs. You have liquidity pools, you have DeFi involved. You can take a look at their white paper. And if you want to take a look at their team, all of that is available on the website. And they also have a native token out already called Apex. And here is how the platform looks. The website is very well designed, as well as the platform. It is easy to navigate. As you can see, if you go to Apex AI, you have farming, you have yield farming, and you have some of the new features that they're developing using the AI technology. So if you go to wallets, it's very easy to deposit and exchange cryptocurrencies using their application. So feel free to take a look at the link down below in the description. You can sign up using that. And if you have any more questions regarding the project, you can refer to the video that I made earlier, which is a full review of this platform. Now let's continue with the video. Taking a look at the weekly chart, there are just a few levels here to keep in mind moving forward in 2023. So we have $45, which is a major support level for us here. This was the bounce that we had all the way back in March of 2022. Then we had a move to the upside from there and a move back down. So this move back down here created another support level that you also want to be eyeballing, $11.21. We then retested that level as resistance twice. So we could be looking to break above this third touch here. So the first touch was back in October last year. The second touch was in February this year. And $18.04 is going to be your local high that we printed in August. And obviously that's something that we want to break. We want to get out of that August high finally and, you know, hold above it, because you really don't want to be sitting below that for a long time while Bitcoin is already above the August high. So we want to start recovering and retracing on all the Polkadot projects, including Polkadot. I know Polkadot hasn't been performing as well as some of the other altcoins, but for long-term holders, that's a good thing because you're still able to accumulate a big position. So I would say that's a blessing in disguise. So a channel down pattern that we find ourselves in here is also a very good sign, because with channel down patterns, you typically have breaks to the upside. So this means at some point you're going to see a move to the upside out of this channel down pattern. And I would probably bet that this is going to be the breakout that we're going to have here. And if you want to bring the Feb retracement just for a quick little target to the upside here, we could be looking at $13.38, which would be the 1.618. But considering the fact that this is a low cap gem, you really don't want to be selling too early, because if you sell too early after you start breaking out above this major resistance trend line, you could, let's say, sell at $11 and the pump is just going to continue and you're going to miss out on all these targets here. So be careful selling too early, especially if you're just swing trading your long-term position, because you don't want to risk that. Trust me, you're better off just staking and holding it somewhere in a cold wallet rather than, trying to swing trade, trying to make an extra 20 bucks on that swing trade. Trust me, that 20 extra bucks that you're going to make is not worth the profits that you could have had if you sold, let's say, at the all-time high prices here at $500, $400, $300. You're going to be sorry that you sold once the price is going to be all the way up there, because you're not going to buy back in, because you're going to be angry that you sold and the price just continued pumping. So to avoid all of that unnecessary stress, because I've gone through all of that, I've done all of that, I'm simply speaking out of experience, just hold it on your Nova wallet, stake it, wait for the bull market, and you can sell at these all-time high prices, no problem. No one's going to stop you. You can take profits at all of these prices here. Just be patient for now. And jumping into the weekly chart here, as you can see, the RSI is really doing nothing, absolutely nothing, sitting in the middle here. So you can obviously add a resistance trend line here, and that probably is something that we could retest if we're going to be continuing to the upside here. But really, I would not be worried whatsoever until we start breaking out. Once we start breaking out above this resistance trend line, then the price is probably going to start pumping if we have the confirmation from the volume indicator as well, which is something that you want to be looking at, because if the volume is not confirming the breakout here out of the channel down pattern or out of this RSI resistance trend line, then there's a good chance that that is going to be a fake out. So you need to see that volume coming in as well. And we do have the volume indicator here, but we can actually take a look at the daily chart and see. There we go. So we need the volume indicator to come into play here and start. We need to start seeing big candles confirming our breakouts to the upside. So long term, at least $200, $300 in the next bull market is what I'm personally waiting for. Let me know, what are your long-term targets. Thank you all for watching this video. I'm expecting a breakout very soon for Moonriver, and have a great day.